WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton, WYCK, Plains.
Powered by Mohegan Sun Pocono.
It's the New River, 105 and 103.5.
This is Music on the Menu on the River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like the stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you, as I always am, Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock, bringing you regional artists doing their own original material from right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., good to see you.
Yes. Good to see you too, Alan. How's it going?
I'm doing just fine. Doing just fine on this Mother's Day, which, we would be remiss if we did not begin the program by wishing all the moms out there a very happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, yes.
I know your mom is down in outside of Philadelphia, where you grew up.
Yep, just saw them yesterday, Mom and Dad. They came up to visit. So
very nice. What's the exact name of the town that you're from, D.C.? We always say outside Philly. What?
Oh, it's actually in Philadelphia. It's the Manayunk section of Philly.
Oh, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
My mom passed away 4 years ago, but she always used to listen to the show on Sunday. So hopefully the signal still comes in loud and clear where she is, and she could. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. Yeah. We're going to get the show rolling with one from Jared Campbell, a great song called In Your Heart. We'll send this one out to all the moms.
In your room, in the night, there you rest and you think of me. And the moon in the sky runs along and falls into the sea. And you know that I am here, even though I am gone, so you don't have to fear of being alone. I am in the moonlight, I am in the stars, I am in your heart. As you stare through the pain, I am there dancing in the rain. As it falls to the ground, you just smile and you think of me. And you know that I am here, even though I'm gone, so you don't have to fear of being alone. I am in the moonlight, I am in the stars, I am in your heart. Chasing time like I've got some to waste. Writing rhymes thinking they'll fix my pace. Praying hard I put the great love on it. Great love on my road. Selling my confidence in childish ways. Timidly searching through the blue and the gray. But I get lost in what I am saying. Quarter past and I want some kind of peace with the sun in a street love. And I'm basic tries to believe that I'm fine and not so tall. There's no place like home. Standing up, colors go and I get lost. She says uncertainty abounds in my eyes. I say she's right, but it still helps me decide. Oh, tangled up in searching each day. Quarter past and I want some kind of peace with the sun in the street love. And I'm basic tries to believe that I'm fine and not so tall. There's no place like home. Standing up, colors go and I get lost. In the silence, oh yeah, I shake from my pulse. Up to the open air and in the quiet, oh yeah, I shake from my pulse. Up to the open air. And I'm basic tries to believe that I'm fine and not so tall. There's no place like home. Standing up, colors go and I get lost. And I'm basic tries to believe that I'm fine and not so tall. There's no place like home. Standing up, colors go and I get lost.
Joe Burke here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Gray. And before that, Jared Campbell with a song called In Your Heart. Joe Burke is a new emerging artist here on the Northeast Pennsylvania music scene. He first started sending us some music last summer. I think, ironically enough, I think the first song that Joe sent us was a song called August, and I think we start playing it in August, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah.
And so we've been adding new songs from Joe on over the past 9 months now. And next Sunday night, Joe's going to come in and hang out with us for the whole hour.
Oh, nice.
So we're
Good.
going to play some. We did not do a Music on the Menu live at Breakers in May because I had a work event. By the way, that event for the St. Francis of Assisi Kitchen raised $186,000.
Wow.
For the kitchen, and so
That's great.
To the people of Lackawanna County for stepping up to support a place that provides food for people that don't have food. That was a tremendous effort.
Nice.
So, but aside from that, thank you. Joe Burke will be with us. So we're going to kind of do a little Music on the Menu here in the studio with Joe.
All right.
He's going to come down. He's a very busy guy. He's actually in law school. And so we've asked Joe to play the series at Breakers, and his schedule hasn't allowed it. But we thought, well, what's the next best thing? Just come down and hang out with us, and we'll play a bunch of your tunes. And so looking forward to having Joe in the studio with us next Sunday night. Another artist that we've been premiering music from here on the program for about the same amount of time, I think we start playing their music late last fall, is a project called The Frost. And they just sent us a couple of more new tracks this week. This is one of them that really jumped out at us. It's called Aimee.
Aimee was a bad girl, ran away from home when she was 17. I remember hiding in the bushes from a boyfriend, he was off the beat. Used to sneak onto my back porch to steal my parents' cigarette. Well, those are the good times that I wish Aimee didn't forget. Oh, Aimee, where have you gone? Oh, Aimee, where have you gone? I hope you see me one day on a big stage singing this song. Oh, Aimee, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Aimee was a brazen one, never afraid of height. Climbed to the roof of a condo and gaze up at the light. Purple clouds above Manhattan covered all the light. Oh, what I'd give to go back to that time. Little did I know Aimee couldn't find some peace of mind. Oh, Aimee, where have you gone? Oh, Aimee, where have you gone? Hope you see me one day on a big stage
Black Tie Stereo here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Crack Screens. Before that, brand new music from The Frost, really cool tune called Aimee. We'll have some news on Music on the Menu Live a little later in the program. We do have our artists for June selected, picked, and ready to go. He has been with us before, but it's been a while since he's been back, and he's got some cool new songs out. So we invited him to come and play for you on June 5th. And we'll let you know who it is a little later in the program. We're going to take a quick break now, but we'll be back in a flash.
The Woodlands is celebrating 50 years. Do you believe it? 50 years. For 2 generations of the Kornfeld family, there's a pretty good chance that you or someone you know slept in one of their beds. Over those 50 years, most of you came out and partied with them on the deck for 5 Day, or inside the 25th Hour, or Evolution nightclubs. For 5 decades, how many of you have dined in their legendary Left Bank Bistro or Time restaurant? And in half of a century, thousands of you celebrated your first dance in the Grand Ballroom. For 50 years, the Woodlands has been reinventing itself, and they're not done yet. Now, they're proud to introduce the area's newest outdoor wedding venue, the Bridal Gardens, and the creation of their Streamside Apartments. The Woodlands wants to thank all of you who got them there and invite you to swing by for sushi, grab some pizza, listen to some live music, or just stop in for a cocktail. They're not slowing down. They promise. They're just getting started. Check them out at thewoodlandsresort.com.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. DC and I were just talking during the break about great band names.
Yeah.
And, you know, how sometimes simplicity is the way to go. I told DC during the break, one of the great names for a band, in my opinion, was The Band.
The Band.
The Band, you know. And, you know, they pulled it off because they had, they were good, you know, maybe, you know, so they're, you know, iconic band, actually.
One of my favorite band names, I'm not even sure I ever heard anything by them, but they were out like in the last 10, 15 years. The name of the band is ... and you will know us by the Trail of Dead.
Oh, God.
Great name.
My goodness. When I worked at the Times Leader, we used to list, the club scene was so huge in the 90s. There was so many bars with live music every weekend, and I used to call them all every week, or some of them would call me, or they'd email to me. We got into a nice rhythm where I was able to list everybody playing all over town every week, and it was part of my job. And CC's Nightclub and Music was a really cool club for years, and they had all kinds of bands there, but they were really kind of known for a little bit for hardcore punk stuff, you know, towards the end of their run. And there was this band that used to play there, and I always remember typing it in. They were called No Redeeming Social Value.
Wow, that's great.
I love that one. That's too. Awesome. That may have been my all-time favorite from.
I really thought you were going to say like the P.P.s at CC's.
Oh no, that was a band too. Yeah. You remember them? That was Billy Lieback's band. Yeah, I remember doing a story about that group, and you know, just well, yeah.
Band names. It's great.
Here's one from the Mere Mortals. This one's called "Killing Me." These names are killing me.
Hit me so close to home. You left me standing in the middle of nothing, all alone. So all alone. Cartilage, you're so much tougher than bone. I'm on a blind man's bluff into something that's harder than stone. Harder than stone. I've got a strong biological clock that never needs winding me up for bigger and better things. Good philosophical outlook, keeping me fixed in a state of control. But you know it might be killing me. It might be killing me. might be killing me. It might be killing me.
Hey, this is Aaron Fink, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout. This is The River.
Just to stay alive and lie a little to your God. I know it's nothing new for you. You're falling in and out of love. Now there's nowhere left to run, so burn it all down to the ground to begin all again. Why can't you see what's right in front of you? All the bridges that you burned along the way. Why can't you see what's right in front of you? Or is it blinding to be standing on the sun? If there's room up there for me, lift me to your sky. Let me break down your facade to hear something true from you. We're falling in and out of love. Now there's nowhere left to run, so burn it all down to the ground to begin it all again. Why can't you see what's right in front of you? All the bridges that you burned along the way. Why can't you see what's right in front of you? Or is it blinding to be standing on the sun? 'Cause I won't yeah. Because I kinda like the view below. And I'd crawl through fire just to get inside of you. You took me higher than I ever been before. Why can't you see what's right in front of you? And all the bridges that you burned along the way. Why can't you see what's right in front of you? Or is it blinding to be standing on the sun? Why can't you sing a different kind of song? Or is it deafening to hear the one for you? Why can't you turn the page and just move on? Or is it blinding to be standing on the sun?
Aaron Fink here on Music on the Menu on the River, a song called Standing on the Sun. Aaron, the former lead guitarist in Breaking Benjamin. He's done a couple of solo records now. I think out of all of the stuff Aaron sent us over the past 4 years or so, that might be my favorite track that he's done. We play that one on the show probably a couple times a year. That's just a really good tune. Before that, an old one for Mere Mortals, going back to 1999, 20 years now. A song called Killing Me. We've got brand new music to premiere for you. Again, we've done a couple during the show tonight already. Well, at least one from The Frost, which we premiered a little bit earlier, but I knew we'd have a couple tonight. This one is from a group called Xtranslucentx. Xtranslucentx. I hope I'm saying that right. That's a tough one. Talk about band names, which we were talking about earlier. This is a young duo, college age guys from here in northeastern Pennsylvania. They just sent us some stuff last year. This is the first stuff we got from them in a while, but pretty cool tune. It's called Romeo and Juliet. Check it out.
This is a song for the woman I love. When I met you, I was nervous. Now I know it was all worth it. Everything about you's perfect. Think about you when I'm working. Next to you is where I want to be. So many things I want to see. With you around my waist, I could live my life so perfectly. You make me laugh so easily. Every joke you make is cute, but I guess that's kind of cheating, 'cause everything you do is cute. I can't get enough of everything you are. I don't need the sky, 'cause you're my shining star. And so magically, tragically in love, it's like Romeo and Juliet, but I ain't seen nothing yet. And I bet it gets better and better, better and better each day. So magically, tragically in love, it's like Romeo and Juliet, but I ain't seen nothing yet. And I bet it gets better and better, better and better each day. My feelings grew and now they're here. With you around I have no fear. I'm happier than ever now. My love for you will not slow down. You make each day just that much better. We have good times in any weather. You like my jokes and I'm so glad, even though my jokes are bad. Imagine life with you and I can't even lie. I want to be with you until the day I die. So magically, tragically in love, it's like Romeo and Juliet, but I ain't seen nothing yet. And I bet it gets better and better, better and better each day. So magically, tragically in love, it's like Romeo and Juliet, but I ain't seen nothing yet. And I bet it gets better and better, better and better each day.
This is Ed Randazzo, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout, right here on The River.
Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. No, no, I can't. It's getting too dark for me to see. Me to see. It feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, Lord. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama put these guns in the ground, in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. No, no, I can't. A long black cloud is hanging down on me now. It feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Oh, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, Lord, I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I once was lost, but now I sure am found. I walk this road of life, sometimes it's dark and cold, but now I find myself at the door of the Lord, and I'm knocking. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, Lord, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I'm knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Randazzo here on Music on the Menu on the River, song called Knockin' on Heaven's Door. A song, of course, written by the great Bob Dylan. It did a nice version of that recently with Bret Alexander at Saturation Acres. And before that, brand new music from Xtranslucentx, a song called Romeo and Juliet. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a flash, so stick around.
The Woodlands is celebrating 50 years. Do you believe it? 50 years. For 2 generations of the Kornfeld family, there's a pretty good chance that you or someone you know slept in one of their beds. Over those 50 years, most of you came out and partied with them on the deck for 5 Day, or inside the 25th Hour, or Evolution nightclubs. For 5 decades, how many of you have dined in their legendary Left Bank Bistro or Time Restaurant? And in half of a century, thousands of you celebrated your first dance in the Grand Ballroom. For 50 years, the Woodlands has been reinventing itself, and they're not done yet. Now, they're proud to introduce the area's newest outdoor wedding venue, the Bridal Gardens, and the creation of their Streamside Apartments. The Woodlands wants to thank all of you who got them there and invite you to swing by for sushi, grab some pizza, listen to some live music, or just stop in for a cocktail. They're not slowing down. They promise. They're just getting started. Check them out at thewoodlandsresort.com.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu on the River. We're here every Sunday night playing you the best music from artists right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. And if you can't tell from listening to DC and I, we have a good time.
Yes.
Playing stuff, talking about music, talking about the bands that we play. This is a guy that we've really got to like over the last year or so with the music he's been sending us. This is Adam Nulton, Redneck Nightclub.
trucks and head out to the fields. Gather up some brush, stack some wood, it's gonna get crazy around here. We're gonna party at the Redneck Nightclub. It all starts once the sun goes down. Kicking up dirt at the Redneck Nightclub. Dance around a bonfire, watch it burn down. We don't have a dress code, there's no cover charge. Headlights are disco balls. Drop the tailgate, we got a bar. And once the keg is kicked, we pass a hat around. Collect money from everyone and head back into town. We're gonna party at the Redneck Nightclub. It all starts once the sun goes down. Kicking up dirt at the Redneck Nightclub. Dance around the bonfire, watch it burn down. Radio's cranked to Toby Keith, lighting up the sky. We have plenty of gasoline. Gonna keep it burning until the break of dawn. Stomp around the bonfire with Russian kickers on. We're gonna party at the Redneck Nightclub. It all starts once the sun goes down. Kicking up dirt at the Redneck Nightclub. Dance around the bonfire, watch it burn down.
Hey, this is Tom Flannery, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River. Took the car your daddy bought you after your time away. What set it all in motion, no one would ever see. Headed down the turnpike to any place south, searching for a feeling like a taste in your mouth.
Running from Jesus in a black Oldsmobile. She shimmies over 60, but he got it for a steal. Your sister, she's reborn again, says she's glad you're gone. Moved into your bedroom with another ex-con.
But you're rolling on, but you're rolling in, chasing away the childhood sin. But you're growing up, but you're growing old. Tired of doing what you're told. Tired of doing what you're told. Your brother went to grad school for the lack of a plan, and to avoid coming back here for as long as he can. They've been whispering about your mother and the preacher for a while. Guess figured if she gets there, best do it in style.
Daddy's holding court down at Polly's bar. When he runs out of excuses, starts blaming FDR. Enough meat in the freezer to outlast them all. Got the 10 Commandments mounted on the wall.
But you're rolling on,
and you're rolling on,
but you're rolling in,
and you're rolling in,
chasing away the childhood sin. But you're growing up,
and you're growing on,
but you're growing old,
and you're growing old.
Tired of doing what you're told. Tired of doing what you're told. Find a bridge and peer on over, clutching a roadside 4-leaf clover. the faces that they send you on their phones. Heads hung heavy in the morning light, the same empty bottles and the same old fight.
Uber to the airport and you fall into the bar, wondering how you managed to ever get this far. All their eyes like slits, only open on a dare, looking for their loves, not their thoughts and their prayers.
But you're rolling on,
but you're rolling on,
rolling in,
and you're rolling in,
chasing away the childhood sin. But you're growing up,
and you're growing on,
but you're growing old,
and you're growing old.
Tired of doing what you're told. Tired of doing what you're told.
Tom Flannery and Bret Alexander here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called Rollin' On. Those two fine musicians have done 2 albums together now. They've sent us both of them, and we play them both here on the show. Before that, Adam Nulton with a song called The Redneck Nightclub. Now, I told you earlier that we were going to tell you who's playing Music on the Menu live on Wednesday, June 5th. It will be Patrick McGlynn. We've been playing Patrick's stuff here on the show now for probably about a year and a half now. He came down, did Music on the Menu live with us probably about a year ago. Did a great night of music, and he will be back on June 5th with us. I believe, I'll confirm this, but I believe the Weekender are also going to be holding their Reader's Choice Awards that same night at Breakers, which they did about a year ago as well, which brings out some more people, and so it's usually a really great night. So there'll be people there picking up awards for various categories, and then we'll be doing our thing, and so it'll be a good vibe at Breakers that night with our good friends from the Weekend. This one's a new one from Patrick. This one's called The House Where We Grew Up.
These walls just look like plaster, but they're filled with years of laughter. These creaky floors record every step taken on every board, and everyone to come after. In the house where we grew up, where we dreamed when we were young, there's a stairs that Mom yelled up. In the house where we grew up. Backyard where we all played, always made sure we were grass stained, and I could picture the look on my best friend's face. I could still hear the sound of that window break, and that was the end of the ball game. In the house where dream when we were young, there's a fence we'd always jump round the house where we grew up. Got a family of my own now, floors creaking in our own house. Gonna make them sing like we did back when. Dad's outline in the doorway when he got home from the workday. He brought Mom some new pans and pots. She's got the house smelling like tomato sauce, while my brother plays cassette tapes. In the house where we grew up, where we dreamed when we
Patrick and McGlynn here on Music on the Menu on the River with a song called The House Where We Grew Up. And again, he'll be with us on June 5th, 7 o'clock at Breakers for Music on the Menu Live. We'll be talking more about that in the next couple of weeks to make sure you don't forget about it. Again, don't want to forget about Mother's Day. We opened the show wishing everyone out there happy Mother's Day. If you are a mom and you're raising your kids, happy Mother's Day. If you're a grandparent stepping in, because we have a lot of kids in this area being raised by grandparents and you're acting like a mother, happy Mother's Day. Aunts that step in, big sisters, anybody that has that role in a child's life, we salute you and we thank you. You know, DC, I was talking about top of the show, my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and I was just thinking about it here during the broadcast tonight. I probably wouldn't be here doing this show well, obviously I wouldn't be here doing this show if it wasn't for my mother, because I wouldn't be here. But a really cool thing that my mother did when I was about 15 years old that changed my life. I really wanted to go see The Who when I was in 10th grade at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I'd never been to a rock concert before, but I had discovered Pete Townsend on MTV that summer, the summer of 82. And so I knew he was from The Who. I didn't even know that much about The Who, to be honest with you. I just liked Pete Townsend. Yeah. And so I wanted to go to see The Who. So I asked my mom, and they said, well, yeah, we'll drive you down to the concert, I guess. And so it was sold out. And they were going to do a second show, but they didn't, because no one did two shows at JFK. I mean, the place held 100,000 people. Right. No, not even The Who were that big. And so there was an ad in the newspaper for tickets shortly after in the classified section. 2 tickets to The Who, JFK, Philadelphia. Call this number. Somebody bought the tickets and couldn't go. There was no Facebook back then. There was no internet. So if you wanted to unload something, you had to put it in the paper. So I'm trying to call this phone number for days. And there's no answer. And there's no answer. I mean, I must have called it 15 times a day. Yeah. They didn't have an answering machine. And my mother worked in an accountant's office at the time, and I guess they had this thing called a cross directory, which was basically an old style reverse phone book, where you could look up a person's phone number by the first few and get their address. Yeah. Okay. And so it turns out that this phone number was in Hanover Township in Linwood, down where Pizza Lovin' is, if you know that part of Hanover. So we drove down there and put a note on the door. We've been trying to call you for days about the Who tickets. If they're still available, please give us a call. And they called, and they had been out of town for a few days, and they still had the tickets, and they sold us the tickets. And my mom and dad drove me and my buddy down to see the Who at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia, and changed my life. Nice. I would not be here probably doing radio. I probably wouldn't have gone into playing music in a band when I was younger or getting in the music journal. That day really changed my life. To see 100,000 people seeing one of the greatest rock bands of all time, 15 years old, in a stadium that they don't even build stadiums that big anymore. No. And that was my mom. That was my mom saying, yeah, all right, we'll take you to the show. And then when I was having a hard time finding the tickets, finding a way to help me get the tickets. That's great. And so, wow. Awesome. Thanks, Mom. Love it. I really appreciate it. This song we'll also send out there to all the moms out there. This is about being there for somebody when they need you. It's called Running Up That Hill. We'll catch you next week.
Where the rain is sports arena loud in the evening of a self-inflicted day, and you're contemplating sides that might collide. The Hemlock Society and life insurance salesman, and you discover all your coupons are for things you hate, and all your pennies are Canadian, and you curse that paperweight. Drowning on leaving still, you're a millionaire of words, and an endless light as burns. We'll go running up that hill when acquaintances drain your reservoir. A of cigarettes like bad construction, and all your phone conversations slither into a sales pitch from the world of Don the Prey, and the love from a closest sister's friendship up and dies like it too often does. Trying on leaving still. You're a millionaire of word and an endless light as burns. We'll go running up that hill. Show crowd strangles parking, so you drive a while past streets and neighborhoods and ghosts of incidents that now define you, where the weight of expectation cracks your countenance in the damnedest places.